Having your children here in South Africa does not automatically make that child a foreigner. The earlier you know this, the better. I see no reason why foreigners like me are arguing, oh, but I have my baby here in South Africa. My baby is supposed to be a citizen automatically. It doesn't work like that. This is South Africa. You as a foreigner, your baby will be given a certificate, a birth certificate, but not a citizenship certificate. Know this and know the right thing and stop arguing blindly. Hi beautiful people, welcome back again to this space. This is your girl Tina with a little bit of everything. In case you are seeing this face for the very first time, like I do say, please do not make it your last. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you always be the first to get notified when I upload a video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always stopping by to come watch my videos. I see no reason why people argue blindly, especially on things that you don't know. One thing that you should know is that South Africa is a country, not a continent. People believe that South Africa is a continent, like it's just when they say South Africa, Nigeria is under South Africa, Zimbabwe is South Africa, Malawi is South Africa, every other country is South Africa. No. If you are doing like that, you are pressurizing the country. South Africa is a country on its own. So coming to South Africa, you are coming as a foreigner. So don't say we are Africans. Yes, it is true that we are Africans. All of us are Africans. But South Africa on its own is a country. Don't say, oh, I am from South Africa. You are not from South Africa. You are from Africa. South Africa is a country on its own. And leaving your home or your country to South Africa, that makes you an immigrant. That makes you a foreigner that left his country to another country. And having your babies here in South Africa does not automatically makes the baby a citizen. Because the way people argue this, like I'm wondering, why are you arguing this? You are a foreigner, you are an immigrant, that you left your country and you came to another country. So don't say, oh, but South Africa is for Africa. South Africa is for South Africans. South Africa is for South Africans. Zimbabwe is for Zimbabweans. Malawi is for Malawians. Nigeria is for Nigerians. So I cannot say, oh, because I am in Nigeria and now in South Africa, I am in South Africa. No, it doesn't work like that. The fact that I have my kids here in South Africa does not automatically makes those kids in South Africa. Now there is a new law in the country. Let's watch this video.
Our children born in South Africa to foreign national parents do not automatically become citizens. That's the ruling of the Polokwane High Court. It dismissed an application by Zimbabwean parents who wanted their children issued with South African birth certificates. Now, for some clarity on exactly what works and what the intricacies of this are, we're joined by immigration expert Gary Eisenberg. Gary, a very good morning to you. Now, common belief and common perception from the layman is that if you are born in a country, you automatically become a citizen of that country by virtue of birth. But clearly this is not the case.
It's certainly not the case in South Africa. Before the 1st of January 2013, if a person was born in South Africa of a single permanent resident parent, that person was born a South African citizen. After the 1st of January 2013, in order for a person born in South Africa immediately to be born a South African citizen, at least one parent must be a South African citizen. In fact, if a person is born anywhere in the world, South Africa, Kenya, Russia, United States, and one parent was a South African citizen at the time of that person's birth, that person would have been born a South African citizen if one parent was a citizen at the time of the birth and is not subject to a birth registration. In law, that person would be a South African citizen. Polokwane case that you have referenced dealt with a person born in South Africa, a minor child, or born of a parent who was neither a South African citizen nor a permanent resident, and therefore the person was not born a South African citizen. Citizenship is a creature of statute, and if the statute does not enable the person to tick all the boxes for citizenship, for a qualification for citizenship, a person is not a South African citizen or doesn't qualify for citizenship. And that's what happened here.
So let's look at countries, Gary, that do apply or put in place what is called birthright citizenship. And I guess the common example that we all make reference to is the United States. If you're born in the United States, there are no ifs, ands, or buts. You will become an American citizen.
That's quite right. There are few countries like that where you are born on that country's soil just because of that and nothing else. You're born a South African citizen. But citizenship is becoming more restrictive in various parts of the world, including South Africa. As time passes, our laws are becoming stricter and stricter regarding citizenship. In fact, South Africa's white paper on international migration, adopted by the Zuma cabinet in 2017, suggested that people should never graduate to citizenship by naturalization, even though they might have held permanent residence for the last 50 years. And that might be coming. That might become law in this country. It's always been the case that if a permanent resident of South Africa has resided in South Africa continuously for at least 5 years, that person would qualify for citizenship thereafter. And this government wants to change that and sever a permanent resident's right to qualify for permanent residence. So as time moves on, South Africa, and that's the country of our focus this morning, citizenship is certainly becoming more of a restricted species.
Let's focus, Gary, on this particular case. In this instance, the gentleman was in South Africa, from my understanding, on a work permit. His partner was here on a visitor's permit. They then have given birth to their 3 children in South Africa. But what the court said here is that they failed to establish the grounds for citizenship in terms of either birth or naturalization. Explain that to us. The birth part you have. Talk to us about the naturalization.
Yes. So, as I said just now, a person born in South Africa and neither of their parents are permanent residents or citizens, just like in the Polokwane case you've referenced, are not born South African citizens. And therefore, they won't be issued with printed birth certificates. Printed birth certificates are certificates printed with information held by South Africa's so-called population register, administered by the Director General in terms of the Identification Act. And it is only information of citizens or permanent residents that's uploaded into the population register. And that explains why persons born in South Africa who are not born citizens do not get printed birth certificates. They get printed.
So Gary, in this instance, Gary, what do they get? Because a child has been born, they've got to be noted in one way or another. What does the hospital give to the parents?
Well, they certainly, their births are noted. That information is kept on a birth register, but that information is not kept in South Africa's population register. So they are given handwritten birth certificates, not printed birth certificates. And in this particular case, as far as I understand, the only issue to South African citizens or permanent residents, and therefore these children were neither. So they didn't qualify for South African citizenship by birth because they were not born of parents who were citizens or permanent citizens at the time of their birth.
Very clearly explained to us. Thank you so much. That's immigration expert Gary.
So I see no reason why you entered a country illegally and you were fighting for your child's citizenship. Like, I don't get it. How do foreigners, especially the so-called illegal ones, how do they think? Now you see somebody saying, oh, but this child was born in South Africa, so this child must have a South African citizen. Like, I don't understand. you do not have proper documentation, you do not have permit, you do not have even passport, you don't have, let alone having a permanent resident. You don't even have permanent resident. Let's remove the what is it called now, South African ID. You don't have it, so you are fighting for your child to have a citizenship. So how is it possible? Like the way people, will I say, reason. I know most of you say, oh, you are speaking against illegal foreigners, but the truth is that I'm not speaking against illegal foreigners. I am stating the fact. This is the new law, like you're saying the new law now. So you cannot come and be arguing blindly. Oh, no, South Africans, other countries, they register the children immediately they are born and they are made citizens. This is Africa. This is South Africa on its own. They have their law, so they must follow their law. When you have a resident permit now, you have a resident permit, you can boldly come and register your child. The fact that you don't have any of this, you want to register your child and you want your child to be a citizen, how possible? If you are the government official or if you are the immigration, will you allow that? Anyway, for your information, having your child in South Africa does not automatically makes that child a citizen of South Africa. Thank you for watching this video. In case you are seeing my face for the very first time, like I do say, please do not make it your last. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye for now.